Sky is the limit. You'd like your new name,
I'm taking that new name, man. It's mine.
It's very Santa Cruz, by
Is
the
it?
way.
Sky.
Yeah.
It's up
My
there.
son's name is
Of course,
Ocean.
here it would
That's
be
gonna
called
devastating.
Morning Fog.
that's good.
Yeah.
Ocean.
Other than that.
I like it. All right, well, I'm supposed to start.
Okay.
My background in comedy. Well, aside from coming from a completely hilarious family, officially my background in comedy, I guess, comes from the Second City Training Center in Chicago.
Booyah.
Booyah. Okay. And
The
yeah,
director
doors
left.
have been closing in front of me ever since. And I loved going to Second City Training Center because it really, to me, the essence of comedy is truth and honesty. And when you're doing improv, that's really the basis of it. It's a great way to just really get familiar with how people really talk and how people really express truth. That's my story. Sticking to it.
Stick it to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll be here all 25 more minutes.
Oh, my name? I was born. Is this on?
Use your stage voice.
I was born Richard Robert Stockton in Bakersfield, California. My mama called me Dickie Bob. I was a feral child raised by Republicans. And then I came to Santa Cruz and my spirit healed. But is this? Are you hearing me all right? All right, and I went by the name Dickie Bob for some time, and then I was hired to perform on a show on BET. That's a black entertainment television, not allowed in Santa Cruz County. We have the most diverse population of white people on earth here.
White.
But
White?
white,
White.
white
Oh,
people.
whip.
Yes, and
Or miracle whip.
anyway, so I was on BET, and we were basically these people in the green room were burning some kind of cigarette, and some of that got into my lungs, and I started telling them about my past, that I was Dickie Bob, and the brothers and sisters gave me my hip hop name, Sticky Icky Dickie Bob. Yeah, I'm a D-I-C-K-I-E-B-O-B. Sticky Icky Dickie Bob, the banjo MC. You never really kick it and tell. You weeble wobble with the banjo tricky picky. Sticky Icky Dickie Bobble.
Are we supposed to be
Peace
doing
out.
routines? I wasn't warned.
Too late.
I had one
your
if I had
chance.
one. I
Yeah.
don't- Yes. Yes. All right. Hi, my name is Scott. I'm a filmmaker, and I sort of specialize in humor on film, I guess you'd put it. I got my first laugh when I was 2.5 years old. They asked me to play the baby Jesus in the manger scene, and at 2.5, I didn't think it was cool to be a baby, so I said, no way, I'm not going to take that role. And they go, all right, you can be a puppy if you lie still in the manger scene for the whole play, which I did. But of course, when the wise men came, I started barking at the top of my lungs, and it was my first laugh.
2.5.
2.5, yeah. Yeah! I was a method actor back then.
Yeah.
And so I was hooked ever since. And I'm just glad to be here with these people that I don't know at all and have never met before.
Never met the man. I don't remember his name. Sky?
Sky, I like Sky. I'm going with Sky.
Sky.
Masters.
Sky Masters. Yeah. My name's DNA.
You're in the clean plate.
How'd
club.
that happen?
I already ate.
Taking it.
I'm done. We'll see you guys later. I do stand-up comedy. I perform all over the country. I'm performing in New York next week, LA in November. I just performed in Golden Gate Park for Comedy Day, one of the longest-running festivals in California, and I also sit on the board of directors there, and we're looking for funders. And I run a room in Santa Cruz, the Blue Lagoon. It's every Thursday night. We've been doing it for 4.5 years. I have 15 comics a week. I have 60 comics a month. It's free. It's at 8:30. It's fun. I guarantee everybody mediocrity with flashes of brilliance, and there's a chance to win a VHS cassette you'll never look at. So that's all positive salesmanship. And I also stage manage for Mr. Stockton's very successful Planet Cruise show. But enough about me. What about you?
It's not about me.
Well, I can tell you about Kirby Scudder.
No, this is off topic. My show.
God, he's bossy.
Was I?
So,
Jeez.
because some of this was popular discussions with
They're in Santa Cruz. We have certain things like we have the Crow's Nest, which is every Sunday. That's been going for over 30 years. Before the Crow's Nest, it was the Albatross. It's one of the longest running weekly rooms in California, and started by John Fox, who started comedy competitions. The first cable TV stand-up show on Showtime was a John Fox presentation. So we might be like on the outer spoke of comedy, of Bay Area comedy, but in some ways we're our own hub, and there are other weekly shows trying to get going, but I'm by far the most successful and will crush all the competition. So that might be one of the reasons my soprano kind of, New Jersey comes through. Hey, you got a room? Not for long.
The Blue Lagoon, right?
Blue Lagoon.
The Blue Lagoon. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't. It's hard to buy a venue into a venue like that.
Yeah, we say when you
it's-
come to the Blue Lagoon, remember, don't touch anything.
Right. Just boil yourself afterwards. Just
Well, I'm going to jump in and be a naysayer.
Go ahead,
Not-
naysayer.
Nay. Well, I don't think of Santa Cruz as a funny town. I've lived in LA, lived in Chicago, and Santa Cruz is a wonderful town and has a lot of wonderful things about it, but I don't immediately think of humor. And I think there are maybe certain things about Santa Cruz that chip away at a real hard-biting, humorous culture. And one of those is the homogenous influenza. No,
Influenza?
yeah.
milk. Hot Mudge's is milk. No.
Yeah, no, and it is very milky here.
It is.
And it's a very, we love the idea of diversity, but I don't think we really have that much diversity here culturally.
If we had
Yeah.
more diversity, it'd be funnier.
Yeah, because I think humor comes in so many different flavors. We tend to have like one or two here.
One or two what?
Flavors of cultural backgrounds.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh
No, we
yeah, I
don't
guess.
have- like, we don't have Little Italy or Little Poland or
Yeah. I have my own at La Bahia.
There's little
at
DNA.
Little Israel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is that La Bahia?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
La Bahia. La Bahia is Hebrew for dirty, crooked hooker.
Yeah.
That's how the hallways smell.
That's pretty good. No, I don't know.
We've
Santa
had
Cruz is a nice place to. It's a kind of a chillax kind of town, and
we've had some. I'm coming from a stand-up comedy perspective of comedy in town. We've had people come through UCSC, like students that graduated. They're doing really, really well right now. Like Tim Lee tours the world with his sketch festival, science comedy thing. Grant
You got
Lyon.
to turn me on to that. No, Grant, I know.
Grant, his film Interview Date just is winning awards at festivals. Emily Heller, another UCSC grad, she works with the new FX TV show, Totally Biased. And there's others that I can't mention because they don't want to be associated with
You don't
Santa
want to
Cruz.
support those people
No,
because
they
you
don't
don't
want
like 'em.
They don't want people to know that I come from Santa Cruz.
hate
yeah,
it.
and why? Because it's not considered a funny town.
Oh, I know. I think it's because they work here, and they don't want people they work with to know that they do stand-up at night. It's a dirty profession.
Yeah.
You're in bars and trying to get people to laugh. How humiliating.
So you think stand-up is a dirty profession?
Well, you're in bars late at night. Everyone's inebriated. You're doing your best just to get people to chuckle and to laugh, and it's desperate. It's very.
His email extension used to be shocking.com. That tells you where his comedy is. He's
Yeah.
very, very funny, and he
Right.
will shock you. Maybe even more than Kirby Scudder.
I mean, I lived in LA for a long, long time, and then I was in Santa Fe, New Mexico for 3 or 4 years. And yeah, comedy has always been a mystery to me. It's my favorite thing on the whole planet. There's nothing I love more than to belly laugh out loud. I mean, seriously, it's like it's almost like a meditative state, or like it just transforms your whole being. Some people say it's kind of like this humorous enlightenment. I mean, for just a moment, you forget about everything, your body relaxes, and I just adore it. I find Santa Cruz really funny. I find it hysterical, and I'm the new guy. I've just been here a few months, but I'm also madly in love with the city. I think it's adorable. I love the culture. I love the people. I mean, they're so bright and open and interesting.
Don't point at me when you say people.
I can't wait to start shooting movies here. I've made movies for 20 years, but I can't wait to start making one here because I just love everything about this place.
Yes.
Not funny yet, but I love everything about it. Yeah.
And he's even changed his name just this moment from,
That's right,
from
yeah.
Scott to Sky.
That's right, Sky.
Okay,
It's
so
more fitting.
Santa Cruz.
So Sky.
This is the funniest town on the planet. In fact, we've got a show called the Planet Cruise Comedy Hour. I don't know what you saw. Yes.
Planet Cruise.
24 packed out shows at the Colombo. We're moving to the Rio. But it's the reason this is so funny. Everything about even the names of the streets, even the names of everything. Ocean Street doesn't go to the ocean.
No, it's a joke.
Yes. Ocean Street doesn't go to the ocean. Water Street doesn't go near water. We've got
Beach Street.
Beach Street.
It's on the beach though.
It is on the beach.
And High Street.
He's getting the correct because he in High Street. What do we do in High Street?
It's where the university is.
That's where we get high. And you know, and those kids up there, we worry about them. The worst thing about smoking too much pot, what is that? You run out. You know, and that all happens on High Street. So the whole thing, people, no one who ever owns a yacht
Kim slitting her throat.
has ever set foot in Brady's Yacht Club, is what I'm saying. The
Richard, you
jury
dropped
room,
something.
the jury room, all the
Really leans
clientele
forward.
there
In the middle.
look like defendants. Come on. Amazing. All these musicians in town, it's known for the musicians, the greatest musicians everywhere live here. The one guy who's employed here wears a spandex leotard, stands on a box and plays an accordion. This town is the funniest town alive, and that's what this show is about. This is about how funny this town is. November 17th, and even better, the stage manager, and he's on the show a lot. This guy's really funny.
You know who you have
You don't
on.
ever see this guy.
You know who you have on your show that's really good is Kellen Erskine.
Ah,
And I toured with Kellen recently. He's brilliant. He was on America's Got Talent this year.
He is brilliant.
He made it through the first couple of rounds. You know what's great, and you know this kind of goes.
it's a very Stephen Wright kind of. You wrote that, Stephen Wright, Mitch Hedberg. Did you write that
I don't
review
think
about
I
it? You
did.
didn't write
No.
that. No, screw those guys. But
Yeah, he's observational. He's
He is.
absurd. He's clean, which is unusual in
That's what
comedy a lot of
and he's
times.
very attractive.
Looks good, though.
He's clean and attractive.
Yes, he's actually he's cleanly.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough doing
What's it like
comedy.
being stage manager for this crazy? Because it's like vaudeville.
All right,
Planet Cruise like vaudeville. There's a lot
Is
of
it
acts.
really? Are
and
there
you
like
have to
variety
deal with
acts?
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
I stage manage. I like to make sure
Stop.
things run on time.
Thank you.
I love stage managing. Working with Richard is kind of like working with Peter O'Toole, a guy who's kind of a little bit past his prime, doesn't remember his lines. I like to put the rouge on right before he goes on stage.
Yeah, I do
help
that.
Help him up those 2 steps, and he's ready to go.
Because it's my age. It's my age. Well, because I am. How old are you? I'm 63. I am 63 years old. I've been an
Kim-
entertainer all my life.
Kim's 20.
But I have the resume of a man in his 20s.
I do bring comedy to everything I do. And
Well, then that's why there's comedy in Santa Cruz. It's you.
Because it's me.
It's you.
you're
the
welcome,
one.
Santa Cruz. You know, I write a lot, and I write in a humorous fashion. And I think comedy is such a great way to, like I said, to bring truth to things. What I love about comedy, whether it's stand-up comedy or whether it's in writing or whether it's even in music, it really provides people a way to comfortably approach a situation. And a good comedian can really see a situation from both sides of it, and that's bring it to an audience, whether it's a really touchy subject or whether it's politics or whether it's religion, which I guess are all touchy subjects depending on who your crowd is. But what I love about comedy is being able to really not be Switzerland, because I think everyone needs an opinion in comedy, but to really allow people to go, oh, I never really thought about things that way. Which now I'm gonna really probably not make very many friends right now, but I saw Bill Maher the other night
Oh yeah, at the Civic.
at the Civic, and he's a very, very smart man.
Sure.
Well informed, really smart.
I wouldn't want to play Scrabble
really
against him.
eloquent. No. But you know what? Up until maybe the last 15, 20 minutes of a set, there was not a moment where you thought, oh, I never thought that before. I think all those people in the Civic,
Yeah.
they agreed with everything he said. He probably said it better than they could say it. But there were no kind of aha moments or nothing that really made anybody think. Whereas when you think about somebody like Louis C.K., you've never thought half the thing, or you've never said out loud half the things that he says. And, you know, you do a spit take in your own living room thinking,
Right.
oh my God, I can't believe he said that. He's right.
Well, it's
I
just-
never freaking thought about that.
You know, it used to be if you had like a political comedian like Mort Saul or somebody, there wasn't a lot of other people doing what he did. And now, like, you know, you got Bill Maher, but you also got Colbert, and you got The Daily Show, you got Liz Winstead. I mean, there's so many people that do political comedy.
Yeah.
Our champion out here is Will Durst.
Right.
And so Bill Maher comes out like another guy, you know, who's doing the same kind of
And
stuff.
he did it, arguably
Yeah.
he did it first, and he really paved the way. But there is a lot of
No, I don't
preaching
know
to
if
the
that's
choir
true.
in that.
I don't
in
think
that.
I don't
he
think
did
that's
it
true.
first. Bill Maher did what
Don't
first?
tell Will Durst that.
I don't.
No, okay, I won't tell
Yeah.
word this.
Will Worst.
Bill Worst.
It's tough because, like, I work really hard. Well, we both work really hard. If you put on a show, it's, you know, you have to be a hell of a promoter in this town. Richard really has things dialed in. I tend to do a lot of guerrilla advertising, you know, and my show's free, you know, and over 4.5 years, I've built it up now where I never have less than 30 people, you know, which is a really good crowd. I have people come from 4 hours away. I have a lot of people come from the Bay Area because there are no rooms that get 40 people every week. So we've really established, you know, and again, Richard's sold out performances at the Kumbwa and the crowd that's coming to the Rio. We've established something good, but to have like a comedy club would be headliners Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 2 shows a night, 6 shows.
Can't have 'em.
How are you going to do that every weekend? It seems like it might be a little bit tough. And then you're playing against, right over the hill is Roosters and stuff at Sunnyvale. I mean, I would like to give it a shot, but maybe use Sky's money. I'm not investing in this with cash. But I have energy.
Well, yeah, I mean, and I'm speaking from being new to town. I don't really know the area, but I got to say, I stick to my guns. My favorite thing in the world is, like, I already want to see these guys. I already want to go right down and see whatever you're doing. Where is it? Right on Pacific?
Yeah, it's across from the Metro.
Because to me, there's nothing better than humor. I mean, I have such respect for it. I do humor on film, but I craft it. I sit there for days to make one funny moment. I mean, these guys, you know, anybody can be funny from now and again, but these guys are funny every night at 8. I mean, that's something I want to go see.
Our show is a little bit different.
Right now, you're funny.
Are we funny now?
Now,
Are we
Oh,
being
yeah.
funny?
completely
My
blowing
God.
your wad right now.
This is. Oh my God! We also have a clothing line, by the way, which I'm now the primary model. But you know, that you brought up a great point because this is what we're doing, and DNA is so good at this too. Is like we do crap. Well, he has a regular comedy show weekly. You come in and there are guys doing their minutes, and DNA is up there getting them on and off stage. DNA is involved with Planet Cruise, and this is a comedy variety show that is heavily produced. A lot of video, we have a band. The Planetoid Band is like some of the best players in town. Peter Core, Earth, Wind, and Fire is our band leader. And so I don't know. I think what I'm doing here is a regularly every other month heavily produced show that everybody can go, oh, it's comedy night at the Rio. DNA does a thing every week. Guys
It's
up there just
different-
pounding
it's
it.
different
just
variety.
pounding it. Yeah.
Yes, I will be so bold as to say one thing, my friends. I'm brand new in town. I feel like I was drawn here by some mystical force. Maybe,
Yes.
Close
maybe
encounters.
today is the day where this magnificent humor, because it sounds really funny to me, is only waiting for people like me to put it into little video spots and we go nuts with it. Maybe, what is it, October 23rd?
Yeah.
Maybe this is the dawn of a new comedic era for Santa Cruz. Just saying. I'll say that
I
and
like
walk
it.
away.
This could be a networking moment.
Exactly.
Well said, Sky.
Well, thank you. Do what you can. You know.
Scoff. Scoff.
Oh yeah. It is a dawn. What? Did you want to talk to DNA about this? Oh. You're. Did I touch you inappropriately?
Again?
Kind of. I
Again.
guess.
Where on the napkin did he touch you?
He says it's a dawn, and I believe it is. Santa Cruz is the left coast dawn. We grow grass instead of lawns. I'm saying, I think it's a healing thing. I think comedy is healing. Like you can go into Sutter Memorial Hospital, and if you stand right outside the emergency room, how many times nurses will throw the door open and scream, "We're losing him! We need a comedian in here!" You know. So it's very important we do this, and we put. Oh, his buddy Kellen Erskine. We're putting videos. You can check us out. Scott, I will call you Scott, but I
Thank
do
you.
like the
Appreciate
sky
it.
thing.
I'm going to work it for a while.
Okay.
See, yeah.
It's very Santa Cruz. Yeah.
Okay.
Planet Cruise, spelled the way you know how to spell it. PlanetCruiseComedy.com. We're putting videos of our upcoming comedians on there. Someday I hope to have a video of DNA on there. And Kellen's on there this week. So if you want to see some comedy videos, great ones that are coming to Planet Cruise, go to PlanetCruiseComedy.com.
Shameless.
I sponsored this message. I'm Sticky Icky Dicky Bob. Yeah, yeah.
See, I got none of that. I got no shtick. See?
Yeah.
No, not last.
You
No,
know,
deathbed, though.
you know another great thing for comedy this year was the Fringe Festival.
Yeah.
And there were some really neat one-man shows, as well as I worked with Dixie and the group, and I did 50 comedians in 5 shows at the Actors Theater, or the Jewel, or the Center Stage, whatever you want to call it. 50 comedians, 5 shows. That was a lot of fun. I think, yeah, I would like to see more comedy. I mean, I could see maybe not so much as a club as maybe a comedy festival in town or something like that. And
What if we got somebody like Kirby Scudder to like promote that?
That dude is funny.
He is.
Kirby's really funny.
Kirby, I don't know about that thing he did with the cows,
Just
but
his name
you know.
kills
I like
Yeah.
the cows, personally.
I
I'm
think-
all for the
you-
cows.
I think it was my turn.
Oh,
And I'm always open to collaboration, and my email is VoteDNA, VoteDNA.com, or on Facebook or Twitter, VoteDNA, or Gmail, or what else? LinkedIn.
What's your credit card?
Vote DNA
Credit
at Gmail.
4213.
I know. I was
Yeah, I
thinking that.
know. You
Yeah.
gotta sit next to
Yeah.
Richard.
How
It
about-
rubs off.
Look for me.
Wait, what about my book?
Madam
Did I
Liz.
mention my book?
That's MADAME
You've got a book.
I got a book.
at YouTube or Twitter.
How come I haven't seen your book?
Nice.
Or, you know, I
don't
live
know.
in Seabright.
Come on, give me your book.
I'm just happy to be here. I don't really want
Really?
to promote
You never got a
anything
copy?
like movies from theheart.com or anything like that. I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah.
Hey,
We're happy you are here.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Anytime I can look up, I think of you.
Yeah.
can we thank
Scott.
Rebecca for the
Handle.
lovely lunch?
Sounded just strange.
Funny, definitely funny, strange.
November 17th at the Rio, that smoking pool theater over there. That's a great.
You got